Welcome back, friends. Today we are going to study about the analysis of velocity and analysis of acceleration. In our last lecture, we had studied about the introduction part of the kinematics, where we had studied the types of links, types of pairs, types of chain, the degree of freedom, and also we had studied about the inversion of mechanisms. Now we are going to study about the synthesis analysis or synthetic analysis of a kinematic link. Now, there the kinematic chain is made of or combination of a different kind of kinematic pair which close loop which generate the or you can say which connect the last link to the first link. Now we are going to study about the relative motion, or we are going to study about the analysis of relative motion which occurs between the kinematic links. Okay, there are two methods to analyze the relative motion in the kinematic linkages. First, uh, analytical method, and second one is the graphical method. Today we are going to study about the graphical method to resolve or to analyze the relative motion in kinematic linkages. There are two different kind of method in the graphical method. One first is the instantaneous center method, and second one is the relative velocity method to solve the graphical method in the mechanisms. Now, first we are going to study about the instantaneous center of rotation. So this is the overview of the presentation. First, we are going to study about the ICR. Definition of ICR means the instantaneous center rotation. Then we are going to study about the types of ICRs, method of locating ICRs, and Kennedy theorems. Right. So first, what is the ICR method? Right. As earlier we had discussed that the method of determining the velocity of point on a link has two graphical methods. First one is the instantaneous center of rotation method, or you can say is the IC method, or second is the relative velocity method, where the instantaneous center method is any body has simultaneously a motion of rotation as well as translation, such as wheel of a car, a sphere rolling on a ground. Such motion have combined effect of rotation and translation. The combined motion of rotation and translation of a link may be assumed to be a motion of pure rotation about some center I, known as instantaneous center of rotation, right? Also called as the virtual center. Velocity analysis by instantaneous center method. So we are going to analyze the motion, relative motion in the kinematic link with the help of finding the instantaneous centers at different places. So first we have to analyze the different kind of instantaneous center in the kinematic link or in the mechanisms to resolve or to analyze the relative motion. So the instantaneous center method of analyzing the motion in the mechanism is based upon the concept that any displacement of a body having motion in one plane can be considered as a pure rotational motion of a rigid link as a whole about some center known as instantaneous center, right? So in this method, you have to find all different I centers, okay, all the instantaneous centers which are located in the mechanisms. And all instantaneous centers are based upon pure rotational motion of the kinematic links, right? So we are going to study the how the instantaneous center we can find how the instantaneous centers located on the mechanisms, and how the relative motions can be analyzed with the help of instantaneous centers. So first we are going to study, or we can see the some terminologies which are used in instantaneous center method. First is the IC. IC means the instantaneous centers. Instantaneous center is a point in the body which may be considered fixed at any particular moment, right? If we are going to apply the actional force at any kind of a link, then it can be transferred to other links. Okay, In the mechanisms, the force can be transmitted from first link to last link, and also the relative motion can be transmitted from first link to last link. So whenever you are going to find the instantaneous center, then you have to mention that when you are going when you were find that, because at all time the instantaneous center may be changed at with respect to time. So you have to mention the conditions, or you have to mention the time when you are going to find the instantaneous center in the mechanism. Second one is the space centroid. The locus of instantaneous center in space during a definite motion of the body is called as space centroid, and body centroid is the locus of instantaneous center relative to body itself. So there, if when we are going to find the instantaneous centers, some instantaneous centers we can find on the body of the mechanism, and some instantaneous centers are over the mechanisms, right? So number of instantaneous centers in the mechanisms. How can we find the instantaneous center, or how many instantaneous center we can get in a mechanism? So instantaneous centers are based on how many links are used to construct a mechanisms, right? Mathematically, number of instantaneous center we can find with the equation of capital N is equal to small n into small n minus 1 divided by 2, where small n is equal to number of links. With respect to this equation, we can say that the number of instantaneous centers are completely based on number of links. The number of instantaneous center in a constrained kinematic chain is equal to the number of possible combination of two links. Okay, means how many kinematic pair you can generate, the how many number of instantaneous center you can get, right? So the number of instantaneous center in a mechanism you can get is depend on how many kinematics of pair you can create, or how many possible combination of kinematic pair can be generated. Next, types of instantaneous center. There are mainly two parts. First is the primary instantaneous center, and second is secondary instant center. In the primary instance centers, there are two parts. First is the fixed instance centers, and second one is the permanent instance center. Right? Secondary instance centers are neither fixed nor permanent instance centers. Right? So basically, we are going to discuss for the primary and secondary both. So just take an overview right now. Primary instantaneous centers are on the body of mechanisms, right? The instantaneous center which are you can get on the body of mechanism, or on the linkages or joint of the linkages, is the primary instantaneous center, and the instantaneous centers which are which will get the outside of the linkages, or which instantaneous center you can get is not on the link, any kind of link or any kind of a joint, is the secondary instantaneous center. The types of instantaneous centers. Suppose this is the 4-bar mechanism A, B, C, D. Right? Consider a 4-bar mechanism A, B, C, D. There are 4 number of links. Right? The link, first link is the AB, second is the BC, third one is the CD, and fourth is the AD. Means there are 4 different kind of links are available in a 4-bar mechanisms. So you can get number of instantaneous center in this 4-bar mechanism is 6. So instantaneous center, basically the primary instantaneous center you can get the every joint of two linkages is the instantaneous centers. It's a primary instantaneous centers. Okay, so link 1 and link 4, the joint of link 1 and link 4 is the I14, is the one instantaneous center. The joint of link number 3 and link number 4 is the I34, is also an instantaneous center. The joint of link number 2 and 3 is the instantaneous center I23, and joint of link number 1 and 2 is the instantaneous center I12. Means the joint of two different kind of a link is the instantaneous center, and all four joints or all 4 instantaneous centers are called as the primary instantaneous centers, in which 2 are permanent instantaneous center and 2 are fixed instantaneous centers, right? When you can say I12 and I14, two instantaneous centers which are located on link 1, which is a AD, right? You can you can see that this link AD is a fixed link, right? The symbol, this is the symbol of fixed link, right? This link can't be moved. So the instantaneous center which we can generate on this link is the fixed link, fixed instantaneous center, right? Means I14 and I12 are fixed instantaneous center, and I34 and I24 we can get on the link number 3. Link number 3 is connected with link number 4, and also it's connected with link number 2. All three links are movable. No one link is fixed. So the all three kind of links are movable, so that you can generate two instantaneous center which are on the joints or which are on the link is called as a permanent instantaneous center. So the two different kind of permanent instantaneous centers are, first is the fixed instantaneous center, and second one is the permanent instantaneous centers. So next, two different kind of instantaneous centers in this figure is the I13 and second one is the I24. These two instantaneous centers which we can generate outside of the mechanism is not, these two instantaneous centers are not on the mechanism. So these two instantaneous centers are called as neither permanent nor fixed, neither permanent or not fixed instantaneous center, and these two instantaneous centers are called as the secondary instantaneous centers, right? Location of instantaneous centers, how can you how you can generate or how you can note the instantaneous centers, or how you can name the instantaneous centers is I12. When two links are connected by a pin joint or a pivot joint, the instantaneous centers lies on the center of the pin as shown in figure A. Right. These two links, link number 1 and link number 2, are connected by pin, right? Or these two links are joined or connected with the help of pivot. The relative motion between these two links is rotational, right? These two links are rotated with relative to each other. So this instantaneous center, which is lies at the center of pin or center of pivot. So the name of instantaneous centers is called as I12 or I21. You can also write the instantaneous center I21. I12 means the instantaneous center 1 with respect to 2. I12 means instantaneous center 1 with respect to 2. And if you write the I21, then instantaneous center 2 with respect to 1. Such an instantaneous center is a permanent nature, but if one of this link is fixed, the instantaneous center will be fixed type, right? These both these both links are movable, and these both links are relative motion with each other. So this instantaneous center is a permanent instantaneous center if one of these link is fixed, if link number 2 is fixed, or if link number 1 is fixed, then the instantaneous center which we can get is called as fixed instantaneous center, right? When the two links have a pure rolling contact, when the two links have a pure rolling contact, the instantaneous center lies on their point of contact, right? If the fixed link having a roller, or you can say it's having a disc, right? Then the instantaneous center which we get is the point of contact with disk and a link, fixed link, right? So the instantaneous center I12 means instantaneous center of 1 with respect to 2, or you can say is the instantaneous center of 2 with respect to 1. If when the two links have sliding contact, right? Now what happens when a slider is slide? at a surface or at a link, then how can you find the instantaneous center, right? So when the slider is sliding on the link number one, suppose this is a fixed link, this is a fixed link, and slider is sliding on this fixed link, then what happens? You have to find the instantaneous center at the perpendicular to the both link, right? When the two links have a sliding contact, the instantaneous center lies on the common normal at the point of contact, right? This is the point of contact, and the normal of both two links means common normal, right? The slider is also sliding motion, so the normal is the perpendicular on the vertical line, and link is also horizontal, so for normal is also it's a vertical line. So both line which is a normal to the slider and normal to the link has a parallel. So you can't get the eye center. You can't get the eye center which a common, right? So we can draw a line or draw a perpendicular line from the slider and write the eye center of 1 to at infinity, right? Eye center of 1 to at infinity. When the link 2 moves on a fixed link 1 having a straight surface as shown in figure, the instantaneous center lies at infinity and each point on the slider have the same velocity, right? If any other line of instantaneous center which interact here, then you have to write the instantaneous center here. If another line is interact at this point, then the instantaneous center is also here. So at every point, the velocity, slider velocity will be remain constant. When the link 2 moves on a fixed link 1 having a curved surface, right, then the instantaneous center lies on the center of curvature of the cantilever path in the configuration at that instant, right? Means a slider which is sliding at the curvature path, right? If the curvature path can be different, curvature path can be different. This is a inside means suppose a circle you have a circle, then inside part of a circle the slider is sliding. If the slider is slide at the outside of the circle, then also the instantaneous center lies on the center of the curvature of cantilever path. This is the second example. The slider which is sliding the outside surface of the circle, then the center of instantaneous center which is get adds the center of curvature path, right? This is the various method to locate the eye center. And now consider the line outside the line joining IAB and ISA. Now IBC belong to the both the link B and C. Now the method of locating instantaneous center in a mechanism, right? So we have studied the rules of eye center, how it will be located. Now how it will be drawn or how it will be noted in mechanism, right? First of all, determine all the instantaneous center by using relations, right? If you have a 4-bar mechanism, then maximum instantaneous center you can get is a 6. Now this is a method. How many instantaneous center you can get? First is the links. You have 4 links, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The instantaneous center is the relation. How can you find the instantaneous center, right? How many different kind of instantaneous center you can get? So take a first link. You have to first take one link. The relation of for first link with all other links which is in mechanism. So first relation for first to second is 1 2. The relation of first link to third link is 1 3. Relation of 1 to 4 link is 1 4. Complete. Now take a second link. Okay. Second relation of second link to first link is 2 1, but here 1 2 is already write down. So forget it. Next, take a relation of second link to third link is a 2 3. Relation of second link to fourth link is a 2 4. Now the third link. Okay, take a relation of third link to fourth link is a 3 4. Now calculate how many instantaneous center you can get. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So 6 instantaneous center you have to locate on the mechanism. There are instantaneous center I12, instantaneous center I13, instantaneous center I14, instantaneous center I23, instantaneous center I24 and instantaneous center I34. Locate the fixed and permanent instantaneous center by inspection. Right, I12, I14 are fixed instantaneous center, I23 and I34 are permanent instantaneous center. Right. So locate the remaining neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous center method by Kennedy theorem. How can you locate the neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous centers? So where the two different kind of links 3 and 4 is connected, so I34 is taken, 2 and 3 is connected by with the help of pin joint, then I23 is instantaneous center method instantaneous center taken, I12 and I14 is taken. But I13 and I24, how can you find or how can you determine the instantaneous center? So there is a one theorem which is called a Kennedy theorem. You have to use the Kennedy theorem to locate the neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous centers. Right? For the using Kennedy theorem, first you have to draw a circle. First you have to draw a circle. Now take a points 1, 2, 3, 4. How can you decide how many points you have to take on a circle? So if there is a rule in the mechanism, how many links you have. In the mechanism, how many links you have, the total points on the circle you have to take. In the 4-bar mechanism, there is a 4 links. In the 4-bar mechanism, there is a 4 links. So you have to take a point first, second, third, and fourth. Right? Connect all the points. Connect all the points. 1 to 2 first, 2 to 2 second, 2 to 3 second, 3 to 4 third, and 4 to 1 4. Means 4 instantaneous center method. 4 instantaneous center. First link, second links are interconnected with the first instantaneous center. Second and third link is interconnected with second instantaneous center. Third and fourth link is interconnected with third instantaneous center. And fourth and first link is interconnected with fourth instantaneous center. Now, which links are not interconnected are first link and third link. First link and third link. See in the mechanism. This is the first link and this is the third link. Right? These both links are not connected with each other. Also, second link and fourth link is also not interconnected with each other in the mechanism. But we have to solve the instantaneous center by drawing or by expanding the lines of links. Now, how do you expand? If I connect the link 1 and 3, then I can find the instantaneous center 5. And if I expand and connect the link number 2 and 4, then I can find the instantaneous center 6. Now see this mechanism. See in this mechanism, link number 2 and link number 4 are expand. Suppose our link number 4 is expand in this direction and link number 2 is expand on this direction. Then the intersection point which we can get is the intersection point, or is the instantaneous center. Instantaneous center I13 is the I13. How? Because it's the common point of first link and third link, right? Or you can directly take, this is the common point, I12 and I23. In these two I center, the common point is 2. right? Here I23 and here I12. So the common point is 2. If we remove the common point 2, then the remaining is I1 and I3. So I13. Right? Same thing is here. In these two I center, I34 and I14, the common point is 4. If we remove the common point 4, then the remaining part is I13 is, so this intersection point is the instantaneous center of I13. Same thing here, the first link and third link. If I expand the first link in this direction, and if I expand the third link in this direction, then the intersection point which I can get is the instantaneous center of I24. Right? Now, this is the method to how you can locate the instantaneous center, how you can locate or how you can find the instantaneous center in the mechanism. Right? Now, the formula to find the velocity of the link. How can you find the velocity after locating the instantaneous center on the mechanism? Relation between the angular velocity of link omega x divided by omega y. Omega x divided by omega y equal to the total distance between two instantaneous centers divided by all total distance between instantaneous centers. Same. Suppose if the value omega 2 is known and we have to find the value of omega 4, then the equation can be written as omega 2 upon omega 4, right? If we saw the figure, then you can understand easily. If we have the angular velocity of link 2 and we have to find the angular velocity of link 4, then the equation which is generated is omega 2 upon omega 4, omega 2 upon omega 4, and the distance of instantaneous centers, distance between instantaneous center I14 to I24, I14 to I24 means I24 here and I14 is here, right? This total distance divided by I12, I24, I12, I24, right? This distance. So we can find the angular velocity of the link, right? Similarly, to find the velocity of link, you have to use the equation linear velocity is equal to angular velocity multiplied with the radius of link, or you can say the length of link, right? Now, this is an example. In a pin joint 4-bar mechanism as shown in figure AB, 300 mm, BC is equal to CD 360 mm, and AD is 600 mm. The angle of BAD is 60 degree. The crank AB rotate uniformly at 100 rpm. Locate all the instantaneous center and find the angular velocity of link BC. So the angular velocity of link AB is given. We have to find the angular velocity of link BC with the help of instantaneous center method, right? So we are going to find the linear velocity of link B. First, we have to find the linear velocity of link B, which is find with the help of this equation omega AB into AB means angular velocity multiplied with length of link. We can find the 3.141 meter per second. Now, this is a 4-bar mechanism. In the 4-bar mechanism means number of link is 4. So we can generate number of instantaneous centers are 6. Now draw the mechanism, draw the candidate circle diagrams, and draw the diagram, draw the mechanism, and draw the instantaneous center. Right? This is the instantaneous centers. All instantaneous centers are located on the mechanism. Now we have to solve the angular velocity of link BC. Now angular velocity of link BC is the omega 3. Link number 3. Link number BC is a link number 3. So we have to find the omega 3. AB is a second link. So omega 2 is already given. So omega 3 divided by omega 2 is the I12 to I23. I12 to I23 divided by I13 to I2, sorry, I12 to I23, I12 to I23 divided by I13 to I23, right? So you can find the omega 3 is 6.282 radian per second, right? So this is the example of graphical method of finding velocity analysis. This is the instantaneous center, and next method we will study in our next lecture is the relative velocity method. This is the important part of the kinematics of machine, right? From this chapter, velocity and acceleration analysis, total 14 marks, or you can say the weightage of this chapter is 14 marks in GTU exam. So you have to study very carefully. If nominal mistakes done in the initial portion, then whole example will be wrong. So you have to be very careful. This is very easy, and one method for instantaneous center, one method for relative velocity method, and one method to find the acceleration analysis. Total 3 methods containing 14 marks of weightage for the GTU exam. So this is a very important chapter.